Hi, welcome to AnimeInkArt Live Talks. I'm your host, Lizzie. Thank you guys for coming in. Happy New Year to you guys. We're back. Like I said, we'll be back in the new year. So I hope you guys had a wonderful New Year's Eve. I hope you guys celebrated well, and I hope you guys are ready for 2026. I know we are. So definitely welcome back. Welcome back. For those who are new to the show, this is AnimeInkArt Live Talks, where we talk with different creators in the community about their journey in content creation and how we can support each other better in the community. So today we have very special guest, my very special friend, Scorpio brother, Scorpiochronicles, an amazing indie comic book creator. They have their publishing company now that they just announced, C2G Publishing House. So their story that's coming out, their comic, The Agent 13, is going to be coming out soon. They have their Kickstarter coming out in November. So definitely we're going to introduce them, give them a warm welcome and everything like that. So
What is up, Scorpios? You can always tell another Scorpio from another Scorpio. We always have that evil laugh. How are you, Lizzie? Oh my goodness.
I'm good. I'm good. How are you? How are you?
Oh Lord, I am just a little overwhelmed, but not in a bad way, but just more excited, if
Mm-hmm.
anything, because this is something I've been holding in for like 2 years. So imagine holding in a
Mm.
secret for 2 years, not posting about it for 2 years, posting stuff, little tidbits about it, and people are messaging me and asking me like, what the fuck is this you're doing? What is your problem? I'm just like, nothing. I'm just wait, it's coming. So yeah, that's what I'll just that anxious feeling. So it's like, okay, it's finally here.
It's finally here. You had us on our seat for like the whole
I,
last year and everything.
yes, I told you, everybody, with people was cussing me out, and it was like, just what are you doing? What is wrong with people? Thought it was something wrong with me. I'm like, no, I'm just hold on. It's coming. It's a big announcement.
Yeah, but no, now we're here, and I'm sure everybody's like happy for you that that's there in
Oh
your
yeah.
corner. And
Yep, I got a lot of love, a lot of good responses. People were messaging me, "Oh my God, congratulations! Oh, let's go! I can't believe it. You, this is crazy. This is insane. This is what you're doing." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I've been busy doing for the past 2 years. I wasn't just sending y'all funny memes just for no reason. No, I was working. Trust me, I was in the trenches working. So yeah,
yeah, and now we're here. And for
oh
those
yeah.
that may not know who you are and what you do, definitely give that introduction up.
Well, my name is Scorpio Chronic. This is my new intro that I do for myself. It's also a manifestation.
Hmm.
I am the billionaire creator and writer and the blueprint of independent comics. I am a comic book creator and writer. I create characters. I write the stories. Sometimes some people think that I'm crazy sometimes because I like the characters. I could be minding my own business, and then next thing you know, something will pop in my head, and I'm just like, okay, who are you? And all of a sudden, the information started downloading, and I start getting the name, and I start looking at it and start getting the story. Then I have to make sure that I write it down, because if I don't, it'll stay in my head until I write it down. That's one thing I'm grateful about. It doesn't just disappear after that. But I
Yeah.
do create comics. I also write other stuff like poems, and I'm also gonna dab into some other things also. It's not just gonna be just comics, but that's gonna be the main thing, because I do independent comics is something that I got I found out about
Hmm.
back in 2020 during the pandemic. From my knowledge, all I knew was Marvel and DC. That's all I knew. And then all of a sudden, I met some people that I was buying comics from on Instagram, and they were like, do you like independent comics? I'm like, what is independent comics? What is that? And then they told me what it was, and I was like, huh. Then I started researching and started finding how big the community is and how people are actually starting to writing their own comics. And I'm just like, okay, this is something new. I can get into this. And I found some of the different type of independent comics. I found some superheroes that I'm just like, okay, yeah, this superhero can beat Superman. Yeah, this superhero can take out Robin. Yeah, this one. And I'm finding all these different people, and then I'm meeting these people, and I'm just like, okay. And then all of a sudden, I started doing reviews for comics. I started reviewing comics and reading them and giving them my review.
Mhm.
And then out of nowhere, my mother, who I love so dearly, just walked up to me one day and just say, "When you gonna write your own comic?" I'm like, "What? Me write a comic book?" I'm like, I don't want to write no comic book. I'm not gonna write a comic book." And then it stayed with me, and I just began to go into like, okay, yeah, you know what? Maybe I can write a comic book. It's not. It don't seem that hard. It don't. It's just you just gotta to figure out what you're gonna say, keep a good dialogue. I'm like, I think I'll be all right. Then I all of a sudden I just started writing. One second.
Scorpio for president.
Thank you. You sure about that?
I mean, you never know. You never know in this day and age. Like,
I'm just saying, are you sure about that? Because if Scorpio, imagine having a Scorpio as a president. Everybody have money in their pocket. Nobody would be broke. I'm so
that's
serious. I'll be the whole different type of Robin Hood, just giving people money. Here, take it. They had money. See, look, y'all, they had money sitting right here the whole time. They've been lying to y'all. Y'all ain't got to pay that insurance. Here you go. You don't want me as president. But yeah, but that's how I slowly got into it. I did reviews, and then I came up with the whole aspect of my comic book, the character. And now, for those of you who don't know, my first name is actually First,
mm,
First,
mm,
and I have an alter ego that I tell people all the time. I have to keep him under lock and key because he is a completely different person from me. And I nicknamed him 13. I'm like, that's my evil side. You don't want to, mess up with him because then he comes out.
mm,
And people have told me, when I get very angry, you will see that side of me. And people normally tell me, I never want to see that side of you again. It's like you turn into a completely different person. So I'm like, yeah, I keep him under lock and key for a reason because I don't want to go to jail, and I don't look good in orange. Well, yes, I do. I look good in any color you put on me. But anywho, I don't look good with the mugshot. I don't want all that.
mm,
So then I took that idea and I'm like, you know what? Let me make that into a character. I said I can actually take that character. I can give him an opportunity to come out and play like he been wanting to for years. There you go. So then I put it in a book and I called it the Agent 13. His
mhm,
name is Alex Jason Arkey, and so he is actually a hitman, but he's the hitman that has no problem with taking out who he needs to take out, whoever gets in the way.
mhm.
So I mean, he loves the people. He loves people, but if you get in his way, he has no problem with putting a bullet in your head and getting you out of the way. So that's why I'm just like, it's yeah, that's how it all really got started back in 2020, and then I finally wrote the comic book. It literally took me 2 months to get the first comic book written,
Mhm.
and but it took me like about 2 months and about what, almost 5 years to get it out finally, because trying to find the right artist and the right people to um be able to grasp the character the way I grasp it. And my artist, Daniel Reinhardt, he actually is, I brag on him all the time. He is the best artist that I've ever encountered.
Mhm.
And the first time I met him and we talked about it, I told him what the story was about. I told him everything about it. And he said, okay. He said, while I was talking, I didn't know he was drawing as I was talking.
Mhm.
He literally drew a sample out and he just sent me a picture of it. He says, "Is this him?" And I looked at it and I was like, "How the hell did you do that?" I said, "Get out of my head." I said, "Seriously, how the hell did you do that?" I said, "That's exactly what I wanted." And
Hmm.
he, ever since then, I was like, nobody else is allowed to touch the nobody else is allowed to draw the character because he's the only one that can grasp it. So it's like me trying to find someone else to do that.
Hmm.
They're not going to be able to do what they need to do. So I was just like, yeah. So he is the best, and I hang on to him. People have literally tried to get me to know to get rid of him as an artist, and now for some reason, something a part of me kept saying, no, don't do it.
Hmm.
Don't do it. Hold on to it. And I kept telling people, no, I'm not gonna let him go. I'm gonna keep him as an artist. So they was like, finding reasons, you know, maybe you need to. I said, no, I'm gonna keep him as an artist. So he grasped the concept and everything, and yeah, he's perfect. Cannot, I would not change him for nothing.
That's awesome. And actually, I wanted to ask because I know because I remember from the last time. For those who may not know,
Mhm.
Scorpio was originally on the show like about almost 2 years ago. So it's a full
Yeah.
circle moment. Now that we get to talk about it now, so I wanted to ask. I remember from the last time that it was based on an alter ego that you have, but
Mhm.
what were some of the steps that you took to really flesh out your main character for the story, Agent 13?
I had to literally tap into a place that I normally don't tap into,
Mm, yeah.
and that's the that's the evil side, and to actually get into to get a good understanding of the character. My mom would always tell me. She said as a child you always had this imaginary friend. And she said you will always talk to yourself, and it's like I didn't want people to think my child was crazy. I always talked to, and I was like, that's what I said, and that's what I said. I probably was talking to Alex the whole time, and he was telling me, go kick that kid in the shin. I'm like, no, I can't do that. I'll get in trouble, stuff like that.
Yeah.
As a writer, everybody, I'm not crazy. This is what writers do. Seriously,
Yeah.
they literally think that writer. They literally say that writers are they say that we like borderline psychotic or something like that. They say
Mhm.
that we like because the characters actually do talk to us, and that's how we get the story and everything down. But how I build the characters based on going into and seeing, okay, going into that evil side, seeing how he works, what would he do. He actually does some of the things that I and people would not normally do.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, yeah, this is something that I wouldn't do. I even start second guessing, do I want to put this in a comic book? And I start saying, you know what, dare to be different. Let's put it in there. Either people gonna like it, love it, or respect it. I'm not gonna say you hate it. You're gonna either like it, love it, or respect it. So that's just what that's just what it is. But yep, I had to go into that part of my life that I try to stay away from because I try to be peace, calm, and serene. But then there are some times when I gotta bring out my old, I don't know if y'all know that rap song by Shauna RPM. I have to
Yes.
bring that out, and I have to go into that whole Atlanta club, gun cocking,
You're like,
liquor
you're like,
drinking. See that sometimes I have to go in and pull the clip out and be like, okay, look, what's up? That's Alex. That is Alex. That is Alex. He is that I don't care. Okay, what's up? You talking? Yeah, let's go. And that's this. So I had to tap into that. So when I do listen to some of that music, sometimes I have to listen to that trap music and just be like, okay, I have to get into that mode sometimes.
I
But
agree. I
but
agree. I
sometimes you
agree
have
with.
to.
I agree with the duality in this. It can be wild, but it's necessary sometimes.
It is. It is. Like I'm literally a very sensitive. I'm actually very shy. I actually don't like to talk to people because they think I'm just mean. I'm like, no, I'm terrified to talk to you. I'm actually very shy. But then there are other parts of me where it's like you get disrespectful. Okay, you can go disrespectful. I can get even worse than that. So
Hmm.
that's why. So yeah, I have to tap into that part of me where I try to keep it I don't want to deal with that part because that's going to bring out some whole another issue, and I don't want to do that. So in order to get into that character, I literally have to like, okay, all right, Alex, here we go, and then we start writing. And next thing you know, I got a whole doggone comic book finished within a week. Like, oh, okay, Alex, that was good. All right, I'll visit you on the next comic, dude.
And
Oh goodness.
I wanted to ask I love like the relationship like you were saying with your artist,
Hmm.
Daniel Reinhardt, and I wanted to ask what does the process look like for you guys, like when you guys are like, looking at like the pages and translating it to what you want, because I know obviously because you've kept them for so long, you guys probably have like a good synergy with each other for the
Yeah.
story. So I want to ask like what does the process look like when you're trying to like get through the story and like storyboarding and like giving it to him so that he can do what he has to do.
It's a lot of drop boxing and a lot of texting and messaging. I am in Florida, he's in California. So unfortunately we can't meet up like like I would love for us to just like sit in a room and just brainstorm, and a room have all these posters and boards and pictures and stuff up. I would love that because I love that type of stuff. But that's mainly it's actually amazing to me because I can literally say, okay, Dan, I was thinking of this idea for this, that, and the other for this page.
Hmm.
And Dan will sit there, and I know his wheels are turning because he sits there and he just has this blank stare on his face. And then next thing you know, he'll go like, "That sounds good. Yeah, we can do that, but check this out." Boom, and I'm be like, "Oh, I wanted to do that, but I was kind of scared of people." He's
Yeah.
like, "No, let's do this." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah." So I'm not gonna be scared. So I know to bring that to you. Boom, and then we go, and we're literally like a game of ping pong. I'm
Hmm.
hitting, he hits back. We hitting, we hit back. We hitting, we both try to we're literally bouncing off each other. So I love the way that works between us. We how we bounce ideas off each other. I can like I've already came to him about another comic book that I've already written that I don't know when that one's gonna come out, but I believe everybody's gonna like that one too. Another
Hmm.
comic book, and he kind of like, okay, yeah, I like that one. Oh, I already see the cover for that one. That's another thing. What I love about it was like I can tell him I got this idea. He was like, oh, I already got a cover idea for that one. Or either I can already see what the character is. I'm like, yeah, the character has this. Yep, I can see that. So I was just like, oh, it's just amazing. That's why I will not let that gentleman go. So yeah, so we literally bounce off each other. We have that chemistry where we actually collaborate very well together, very well.
That's good. It's important to have that. I'm glad that you have that. And I wanted to ask, so
Hmm.
what were some of the lessons like first starting out that you had to learn when you decided to write your comic? Because I know you were always into it, you were reviewing it, and then afterwards you made your comic. What were some of those learning curves in the beginning that you were like, okay, this is what I have to do going forward?
I have to learn. Well, I have to learn, and I had to learn
Hmm.
to. I'm the writer. I create the character. I have to let the artist do
Mm.
the artist thing.
Yeah.
I have to let the editor do the editing thing. I have to let the letterer do the lettering thing.
Hmm.
The very first time I diagrammed my first comic book out,
Hmm.
my artist was like, you don't have to be so. I mean, I was detailed to the point where he's walking through the door, the jacket is swinging from left to right in a light sway, and the his boots are clacking. Right. I'm like, I was detailed. His one dread was swinging to the left in the wind, and the other one was I was so detailed till it was sad. I
Yeah.
was just like, oh my lord, please. And he just laughed. And he was like, "You do not have to be that. Do you have to let me do my?" I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Okay, okay, okay. I have to let it go. I have to let you do it." So that's when I told him, I said, "Okay, give it back. Let me." I changed some stuff and I took some stuff out. I'm like, "Okay, here."
Yeah.
Just do it. And then once I learned how to release and let go of that,
Hmm.
he um he did his thing. And I'm just like, okay, so I can trust him with that. I can trust him with that part. I don't have to worry about that part. But he he
And
does,
and
yeah,
and
he
speaking
takes care of that.
and speaking of our favorite artists, they're here. Let's get them on also.
Oh, he is Dan. Hi,
Hi.
Dan.
Hi.
You made it.
Sorry about that.
You're good.
Technical
You're good.
difficulties on top of children troubles.
Hey, that's okay. I've been bragging about you. Ask Lizzie.
Yes, he has. He has. It's
The
so
whole first was talking about you pretty much.
it's so nice to have you on the stream. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Great to
So
be here. And
Yes,
nice to meet
awesome.
you.
nice
I've
to
heard
meet
Yeah.
you
about
as
you
well.
too, but haven't
Oh
met you.
yeah. Trust me, Lizzie. You already know. I ain't talking nothing but good things between my people. This is what the hey, I love them down when I talk good about you. When they say I heard about you, yeah, you heard about her.
So definitely, I can ask you a question now because we were talking about you guys'
Mhm.
process when it comes to creating the comic, especially Agent 13. But I want to ask you first, how long have you been drawing for, and what is your specialty for those that may not know?
I've been drawing more since high school, so 12, 13 years. But I didn't draw heavily until probably about 6 years ago.
Hmm.
Just before we had our kids, and I was spending time in the hospital, and I had a tablet, and I was just drawing and drawing because it was one of the things I could do to pass the time when we were at all of the appointments and things. So that's when I really started getting back into doing it a lot.
Hmm.
And I really like to do the pencils, and I like to do the inks. I'm not the best colorist, but I can do some color.
Well, from the work I've seen is really awesome, and also I wanted to ask, how did you find Scorpio? How did you guys develop your artist and writer relationship?
Um, we met through a mutual acquaintance, um, but we kicked off pretty good, and been together since. And I enjoy working with him. He's a good guy. So
I like the way you put that. Good one, Dan.
I already know. I have an idea, so like I respect it. I understand. I know the whole thing, so you're good.
Love the way you put that, Dan. See, that's why this that you see why I said me and Dan we literally bounce. We like a ping pong table. We just whacking that. We bounce off each other. Yeah. 'Cause I'm just sitting there going, I'm like, watch, he gonna say something. I said, oh, I love it. I knew he was gonna say something like that. Awesome. That's my
and,
boy, Dan.
and one of the last questions for you before I go back to Scorpio to ask some more questions is the cover for Agent 13 when I originally saw it before you reworked everything. What was the process in making the cover art?
uh, it was more of I like to try to think about what's within the book and try to bring it as much to the cover as I can to give the readers an idea of what they're getting into. So that was my process, was trying to get into the mind of Alex, since that's kind of where we're starting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just like the scenery and the scenery and like how it is and like how the like Alice is looking back. I'm just like, oh, it just gives like a like he's ready for anything like type of vibe. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Told you he's the greatest. Told you. I told you that.
and Scorpio, I wanted to ask. So from the last time we spoke, I know that you had to rework things. You weren't sure when the date was going to be, but now we know
Hmm.
when the date for the Kickstarter is going to be. So I want to ask, between 2023 to now, how did you come to the decision of when the Kickstarter was going to be, and
Hmm.
what were you doing during that time? Now is the best time for to explain.
Yeah. Okay, because I was gone. I was literally gone for a minute. Now I'm here. So when I tell you I was gone, there was a turn of events, a switch that had to take place. And that pretty much put me in a position where it's like, okay, this is what you've been wanting. This is what you've been wanting to do. Now it's time to buckle down and do it. So I really, really got into that time because, well, actually, before that, let me go prior to that. A
Mm,
couple of months before the switch, I
mm,
actually had to have an emergency surgery
mm,
where I had a hernia, a 9-year old hernia that I didn't know that I had.
mm,
And thank God that my mom rushed me to the hospital when she did. Because the general surgeon told me, he said, if I would have sent you home, he said that hernia would have burst, and he said 2 days later you would have died from it.
mm,
So, and then he said, when I went in and did the surgery and I cut you, we actually caught it just in time. It was just getting ready to burst, and that acid and stuff would have got into my bloodstream and probably would have killed me. So thank God he caught it when he did. During that time is when I really started getting into meditation and praying, and I was reading my Bible a lot. And then that's when, things started shifting for me, and I'm just like, okay. And I just started really praying, and I'm just like, okay, I guess. And that's when God spoke, was like, okay, now it's time to go ahead, and this is what you're gonna go ahead and do now. Let's go ahead and get started. So that's why I went in from the ending of 2023
mhm,
all the way up until 24 and 25. I was in the process of, filing, getting paperwork, paying this, paying that, getting the business model together, how I wanted to run, how I wanted to look in the future, what I want to do so many years from now, where do I see this book going, the steps that I need to take to get there, how I'm going to do the marketing, um, how I want it to look, what colors I want to go along with it. Do I want it to be like a dark look? Do I want to have a classic look? Do I want the letters to look a certain way? There's a lot that go into that part of the business that people don't talk about. So during that part, that's what I was mainly doing, getting all the little fine tuned details. So when I present it, it's like, oh, okay, so you have been working. I'm just not, because it has my name on it, and it represents me. So I don't want to just put anything out there. So, of course, during that time, I had people that were just saying, um, just go ahead and put the book out. I'm like, no, I
mm,
can't just put the book out. I have to
mhm,
put it out and put it out correctly. During that time of meditation and praying, I was literally, trying to figure out the name of the business and the date. I was literally just reading my Bible, and all of a sudden, how my discernment happens and how
mhm,
the good Lord speaks to me is it's almost like a preview screen. So I can be in the middle of doing something and I can close my eyes, and when I close my eyes, the date 11/13/26 pop up, and I was like, and
mm,
I just started writing that number down in my Bible. I'm like, okay, 11/13/26. What is that? What is that? And it came to me, that's the date that you're gonna release your comic book. I'm like, oh, so it's
mm,
gonna be in a couple of years. Okay. Huh. Okay. Mind you, now the comic book was finished, art was everything was done, but I was like, okay. But then I was like, okay, well, I need to start the business.
mm,
I need a name for the business and stuff of like that. So that's when I started praying again and started meditating again. And then what happened with the name, how it came about was
mhm,
the name was given to me about 15, almost 20 years ago
mm,
from my cousin. I was actually sitting in the church setting, and
mhm,
the spirit was high in church and things like that.
mhm,
And my cousin told me that she wanted to speak to me after. So I'm like, okay, cool. We can talk afterwards. And then she just already just came out to me and just told me, she was like, you know, God called you to greatness, and that stuck with me. Called to greatness. I'm like, okay. I said, okay, because now the week prior to that, the word greatness kept popping up everywhere. I'm like, okay, what is this? Greatness, yeah. I want to do great things. That's correct. That's me. I want to do great things.
yeah.
But then all the way down, trickle. trickle all the way down to 2023. That's when it popped up again, Call to
Mm,
Greatness, and I was like, that is the perfect name for the business, Call to Greatness. But I said,
mm,
okay, but I don't want it to be Call to Greatness Publishing. I'm like, that's a lot to say. Then I started praying again, and then it popped up and it says, shorten it, C2G. I'm like, oh, I like
mm.
that. Then I wrote, I'm like, wait, I'm like, now this is me. I literally have conversations with God. I said, okay, God, I don't want to write CTOG. I said, that looks weird. And I know the good Lord just probably said, take the TO out and put a two, boy. So I took the TO out and I put a two, and I was like, oh, I said, oh my God, that's it. I said, then I practiced. I said, people ask me, I said, what's the name of your business? I said, C2G Publishing. And I said, it flowed. It's like a house name. You'll never forget it. You always see those letters. I'm like that. So that's how everything came about during that time. It was a lot of praying and meditating and getting back to myself and healing. Unfortunately, I had to cut some people off and block some people that couldn't go with me. But
Mhm.
I, I wish them all the best, but I had to do that for me and for what I was about to do. And that's a true saying. You're not going to take everybody with you, unfortunately. As much as I would love to, but everybody can't go where I'm going.
Yeah, it makes sense. And
Yeah.
for Dan, I just wanted to ask. I know sometimes, like for the artists, when they have to do a shift, it can be an adjustment. So, how are you able to adapt after the shift? Like continuing to be able to work for Scorpio, but like trying to get the back to rhythm of what you guys were planning to do and how long it was gonna take. Like I always like to ask the artists because you're also part of it. You just get thrown into it, then you have to figure it out.
Oh, he wanted to
I don't.
smack me. I'm telling you.
I actually don't feel like there was that much of a shift. I felt like it
No.
was mostly the same as it was gonna be.
Mm,
Um, I started speaking more directly with Scorpio more often, and it worked out better, I think. And I think we
mm.
have a better relationship
Yeah.
as a working group. And I'm really looking forward to what we've got.
I'm glad.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
glad. I'm glad to hear that. That's always good because I know it can be really stressful, especially when it's just like happens suddenly and they have to. But I'm glad that like you guys are able to work that
Oh yeah. We Dan and I have always had a good backwards and forth because I've told Dan multiple times. I said, Dan, but you can be honest with me. I know there were some times you wanted to smack the shit out of me. Go ahead, Dan. Say it. And he was like, huh? Dan really wanted to say something. He'll go like, huh? And I said, I know, because I know that's the part of me that I've accepted, and I'm loving my weird side even more now. I know I'm very annoying because I annoy my own self. So I know I'm annoying to everyone else, but it's out of but then when once they get to know me, they're like, okay, he's annoying as hell, but I still love him to death. I'm like, I know I'm annoying. I'm so sorry, but that's not what I wanted. You got to do it again.
I don't
So
think you've ever really told me that's not what you want. I think you've been
Yeah.
good.
You know what? Let me take that back because that is not true. Because I swear Dan gets in my head. I don't know how he does it, but he does.
I think I've told you to fix some stuff more than you've told
Yeah,
me.
yeah, you have. Sometimes I sit back and wonder. I'm like, okay, is Dan the writer or am I the writer? Damn, like, damn, Dan, can I keep this at least? He's like, no, that's not gonna go along with this page right here. I'm like, but I like this, Dan. We'll use that in
No,
another time. I'm like, all right,
no,
Dan.
I don't think I've ever taken anything out from the work
No,
you did,
mhm.
but I do think I've added a couple of things and
yeah,
so shifted a little bit of things so that it would be smoother from the reader's perspective, at least in my opinion.
yeah.
Um, and I've
It,
always run it past you, so it's always been good.
always, always. Dan and I, we like this, okay? We've always been like that, and I love that about our relationship. I can annoy Dan, I can text Dan and be like, "I'm so sorry. I'm supposed to have sent this to you 3 weeks ago, but." And Dan is just so calm with. I'm like, "Thank you for being patient with me." So yeah, yeah, Dan is the
Hey, it
best.
goes both ways, man.
Yes, it does. Dan gets busy. Look, Dan and I get busy. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes it goes what 3 or 4 weeks or more. Sometimes when we speak, like we have our monthly meetings, and that'd be the only time that we actually speak. Because I'm like, I know you're busy working and your family. I'm busy working and doing my thing, and you're doing your art. I'm not gonna be on you like that, and we're not on each other like that. We just like, I know Dan's doing it. I'm not worried about it.
That's
So
good.
that's something I don't have to worry about.
That's good. And a question that I have for both of you guys is like, how has like working on like the Agent 13 and preparing for the publishing company and for the Kickstarter, how has it helped both of you guys individually? So Dan, for you, how has it helped you like maybe improve art skills or like whatever you're doing on the side on top of doing the project? And for you, Scorpio, like how has it helped maybe your writing or what else you plan to do after the story? Like what has been like the impact for you guys, or how has it helped you creatively in other ways?
You want to go first or me?
Go ahead, Dan.
For me, mostly it forces me to do a lot of different art stuff that I wouldn't choose to do normally,
Hmm.
because drawing a page isn't like drawing a character sheet or anything like that. It's you have to do a bunch of elements that you wouldn't typically force yourself to draw sometimes,
Hmm.
and it's forced me to push my boundaries, and that has been very, very impactful to my overall.
Yeah, that's a great thing, especially as an artist. It's just like I get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, you most definitely do. I actually got more into something that I hated
Hmm.
when I was in school, and
Hmm.
that's getting into thesauruses, pronouns, nouns,
Mm.
adjectives, you know, where to use a comma, where to use a semicolon, where to it's stuff like that. I'm like, I hate, mind you, I did it, didn't have a problem with it, but I hated it. I didn't see a purpose in doing all of that. Just write something, but then, I also had a bunch of run-on sentences, and my teacher had to correct it a lot. So I'm learning that stuff, and now it's like I'm to a point where I'm trying to find like find a new word each day and try
Mhm.
to read understand that word, get the definition of the word, and use it in a sentence, and try to do things different with words and stuff like that. So that's me, and I'm like timing myself on writing. Okay, let me see if it how long it takes me to get a short story out. Like I'll sit there and see if I can get a short story out within 20 minutes.
Mhm.
I'll time myself, which that helps build up stories for me, just for some some future books and stuff like that. So yeah, I do that. I do something more that I normally don't like doing. Not a lot more reading. I'm not a person to sit there and hold a book and read. I would rather listen to it, but I'm getting more into it now. So I'm like, okay, all things happen for a reason.
That's very
Oh yeah.
true. I mean, for me, like I still want to say I'm a bookworm. It's just life has been like I haven't been able to read as much as I used to, but I used to just read every single day. But yeah, I
I'm a
understand.
I'm a audio book boy. I'd rather sit there and listen to it before I'm just like I'm not the type of person that I can sit there and you tell me how to do it. I'm like, okay, I got it. I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna look at you. Okay, yeah, I got it. You sure? No, I'm not going to sit until I actually do it. When I get my hands on it, now I got it. Okay, that's the that's just me. I'm not a person to sit there and just like taking information, be like, okay, yeah, I can get that. I'm looking like, yeah, you
So,
no.
so, so you're not like they're like, let me just bookmark this. No, I just lost. You just lost the whole page.
Yeah, I just like, what the hell? How did this happen in this book? What? And that's what made me look at my writing more, because reading other comics, like for example, I was telling Dan the one time, I said when we do the comic, I try not to have so many bubbles,
Mm-hmm.
and I try not to have because I've read comics where I seen a bubble down here,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually was supposed to read the bubble over here in the right corner, and then read the bubble adjacent to that into this, because I'm like, why is it saying down here that let's go? I'm like, let's go where? We just got on this page. And I read up here and it says, she fell down the stairs. Who? And I got so confused. So that's one thing I was telling Dan. I was like, I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to confuse the reader at all. So I try not to overdo that. So reading other books and other comics books is, I'm looking at, okay, I want to do something different from that.
Yeah.
If the bubble placement is bad, it's my fault, 'cause I'm doing it.
You're like, damn, my bad.
I guarantee you it is not bad. I guarantee you it's not, because I'll be like, oh Lord. I begged him. I said, Dan, please make sure that, because that annoyed me. It was a good comic book too. I was just like, what in the hell is going on? Because we're normally used to from reading left to right. That's how that's what I'm used to. Not going over here. That I'm not used to that. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I understand.
We're doing a comic, not a manga, right?
Exactly. See, I can't get in. You know what? That's why I can't get into manga.
Because it just messes up your whole equilibrium. You have to right.
What? I'm just like, what in the hell? I'm literally like the robot. Like, what are we doing? Wow.
I mean, it's fun, but you gotta train. It's like when people go to countries where like you're driving on the opposite side of the road. That's like
yeah. I'll be done had so many accidents. They be like, "Where are you from?" America. We know. We can tell. Yeah, I can't. I've tried reading the Bleach. I've tried getting into manga. I got so confused. My head started spinning. I'm like, I can't do this. I took those books back to Borders and got my money back. I could not do it. I kept the receipt. I can't do it. I'm like, let somebody else have it that understands it. I can't.
And then you go watch the anime.
Lord, that's even worse, because I'm just like, who? I tried to watch anime one time, and I was just, that's why I'm like, am I even a blurred? Am I even considered a blurred? Because I can't get into anime. I be wanting to have those conversations with people so bad, but I'm just like, have you watched it? I'm like, no, I can't get into it. I tried. I just can't.
Well, you're still a blurred because you like your comics. So that was actually the question that I was going to ask both of you guys.
We overrode you.
All right.
So we're going to ask both of you guys is, how long have you guys been into comics, and how do you guys feel fast forward, for you, Scorpio, you have other people that are, Black that love comics but are making their own. And then for you, Dan, like, how do you feel that you're able to make art for comics, and fast forward to when you started, like, how was it growing up liking it, and then how do you feel now fast forward that you get to create your own stuff, whether it's a drawing or writing stuff?
Going into okay, so growing up, I was pretty much told, collecting comics, reading comics, you're Black. That's Black people don't do that. That's a white man's thing. So it was shunned against. So, and I was just like, that was not thinking or realizing that was just pure ignorance. So I mean, but I still got my hand on some comic. That was back when I was elementary school, and I was looking at them, but I wasn't like really into them. I was just grabbing them and just picking them up and just thought they were interesting, and I didn't really get into it. I really got into it when I left high school. Started. Well, no, I was the ending of high school, starting college.
Mhm.
And I was 18, and I had the same thing again. You read comics, you collect comics, yeah, but you're black. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? I'm like, what? Why am I keep getting this? So what? Or either
Mhm.
I'll get the we know the hand signal. They read comics, we don't. I'm just like, are you
Oh
serious?
yeah, I hate that.
I hate that signal. Comics are
Mm.
for those of you who don't know, they consider this white people or black.
Yeah.
And I can't. I'm not. I'm so against that. I'm just like, no, comics is for everyone. Seriously, that's what we deal with. I'm like comics is for everyone.
My,
So
my,
that
my, my light is bright, so it's like you can do this.
all right, it's like that's way. It's like I'm like comics is for everyone. So I ignored that, and I really got into it. I really got deep into it when I
Mhm.
was in college, and I was working at Borders Books and Music. If you ever been to Borders Books and Music, it's literally a back then it was literally a bunch of 20-year olds,
Mhm.
18 to like 22-year olds. We were almost like a punk type emu type, but we loved comic books and we had deep conversations.
Mhm.
And it was my people. I was like, okay, I like y'all. Like I can talk with y'all about stuff. There was religious belief, politics, so that's how I really got into it, and I started, really collecting. And my first real deep collection was John Constantine. So I got the first appearance of John Constantine in Swamp. I think it's Swamp Thing 37. I have the I have that one. I have the first appearance, and I was reading that, and I was like, okay, yep, I really like that dark stuff. So that's how I really got into it and
Mhm.
collecting. And then fast forward up until now, I just started getting into writing, and I've always I've I was always writing, but I really started getting into writing, and that's when the Agent 13 came about. So yeah, that's my story.
And then Dan for you.
I was always into anime, manga, comics, all that stuff. Um, for me, I didn't really think about doing comics as a uh, art of choice or to do it as work,
Mhm.
or even really as a hobby for that matter. I was just doing whatever kind of art I felt like doing.
Mhm.
And then as I was reading more comics and I got a little bit older,
Mhm.
I started realizing that if I was reading a story that I really liked and they shifted the artist and I couldn't resonate with the art, sometimes I could push through with what was the story was.
Mhm.
But there were other times where it's like I really can't get over the art to the point where I had to drop the story, even if I liked the characters. So I was like, okay, maybe I should draw my own art. And then I can do a style that I like and that I would read and that I would like other people to read. And it kind of came out of nowhere to actually draw a comic book, um, because I really wasn't planning on doing that.
Mhm.
Mostly, I actually started as doing character concept designs for Dungeons and Dragons with friends and stuff like that. And then as I was doing that and I was doing other comic work that was just a style I liked. I liked doing the inks and the pencils and the way that the comic art world does it, at
Mhm.
least the modern way comic art does it,
Mhm.
that it sort of slid into becoming a thing. And then I was like, oh dang. I could make this work. And
Yeah.
then I met Scorpio and he wanted me to do his book for him. And I'm like, okay, I've never done it, but let's go. You know?
I saw some samples of his work, and I was just like, "Yep, he's gonna be my artist." And then he's like, "This is my first time doing a comic." I'm like, "You'll be all right." No one else is touching this. I've already told him how when you first drew the character, I was like, "Yeah, no one else can touch." I I would not allow. I'm gonna have to get you a vitamin pack or something. Keep your healthy thing, 'cause
He's
there's
gonna
no
have to
one.
make sure I live as long as he does at the very least.
'Cause I'm just like, no one else can draw this character like Daniel Ryan. I'm just like, no. He, the very first time I just described him to him, and you pulled, I'm just like, yeah, no, I refuse.
We love that.
He
And
cannot be duplicated. No, thank you. They can try, but I'm like, no.
so I definitely now want to talk about the company now, the publishing company, and what people can expect from the publishing company, and to talk about the Kickstarter as well, what people can expect, like the timeline and whatever you can share.
Mhm. The company, what you can expect from C2G Publishing is original stories. I do want to have a lot of different stories, new stories. I don't want to copycat anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can understand inspiration. That's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want some originality. I want to be different from others. I'm not trying to be in competition with anyone because I'm too busy focused on C2G. I do see other ones out there. I don't even really follow other publishers because I really don't want to have that. Oh, this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. We need to do this. No, I don't want to do that. I want to focus on C2G. And the type of stories that you're going to be seeing, there's going to be some comic books, there's going to be some short stories, there's going to be some novels. At this moment right now,
Mm-hmm.
we're actually I do want to bring on other writers, but not right at this moment.
Okay.
Because my first thing is I want to get some work out there.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to see my different styles of writing and what I can do. So, just in case I want you to have a choice. I'm like, okay, I like their writing style. I like where they're going with the company and stuff like that. This is who I want to be with.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to make that decision. I don't want you to feel pressured or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I do want to get that work out there. Like this one content creator said this, and it made so much sense to me. Hey, someone had asked him, does he collaborate? He's like, he does collaborate with people, but the only way he'll collaborate with someone
Mm-hmm.
is if they have some work out there. He said, you got to have more than just one video
Mm-hmm.
out there. He said, I don't understand how you have one video out
Mm-hmm.
and the next video you're collaborating with someone. And he
Mm-hmm.
said that you haven't gotten the opportunity to even get to know your audience or build your tribe. And that's what I'm in the process of trying to do, build my tribe, get to know my audience. I want them to read the book and look at the art. And that's pretty much the main thing. So we're trying to get people back into that mindset of reading. And
Mm-hmm.
that first time when you first picked up your first comic book, that feeling that you got, that's what
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to bring people back into.
Mm-hmm.
Not just, oh, I'm grabbing this because it's a nice cover or it's a first appearance. So this may be worth something in about 3 or 4 years. So let me go ahead and grab it now. No,
Yeah.
I want you to get to know the character. I want you to read the book. I want you to tell me what you like, dislike, or love or respect about the character. Um, Now, when it comes to the Kickstarter, which
Mm-hmm.
is going to be on November 13th of 2026, that's when the Kickstarter is going to start. The Kickstarter is very minimal. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it is actually not going to be a whole lot going on. There's not going to be like posters, trading cards, a whole bunch of stickers and stuff like that. The main thing is the book. Now, there is going to be some art by Dan because I did want Dan doing some art in there because I want him to, showcase his work and I want him to people to see him as the artist and to see his work and things of that. So there's going to be a couple of art pieces in there. There's going to be one in the main. I forgot what they call it. The high price one.
Oh, like the tears, kind of.
The highest tier. Excuse me. Thank you very much. The highest tier. I couldn't think of the word. Highest tier of it. There's going to be one where it is a bio of each of the characters, and it is going to be autographed by myself and Dan. So that's going to be the highest tier. My the fees on there are going to be very reasonable. It's like going to be 5 or 6 tiers. It's not going to be a whole lot. Like I was saying to people, the main thing I want you to do
Yeah.
is we get back into reading. There's
Mhm.
not going to be no T-shirts or anything like that. That stuff is coming, but it's coming later on down the line.
Mhm.
Last thing I want you to do is to buy that tier, get that T-shirt,
Mhm.
and then hate the book, hate the character, and then you're wearing a T-shirt, and people are like, "Oh, who was in your T-shirt?" Oh, it's just from a Kickstarter that I purchased. I want you to say, "Oh, this is Alex. He's from the Agent 13. I
Mhm.
got it from C2G Publishing. They had this amazing Kickstarter,
Mhm.
and he's about this. He does this. He feels this way. He fights like this. I want you to be excited about wearing that shirt and have pride when you wear that shirt. I don't. That's why I'm like, I want you to the first Kickstarter. I want you to get into reading the books
Mhm.
and getting to know the character and see if this is something that's your flavor or something that you like. So that's my main thing, is to get you back into reading and getting that feel of first time picking up that comic book. So yeah, I want you to get your money's worth too. I don't want you to feel like you wasted money, because we're in times now where we cannot waste money.
No, yeah, that's a
We're,
fact.
that is a no. My dogs even know not to waste my money, because when I feed them and they don't finish eating, I'm like, if I can finish eating that food, they will get up and go back and clean the bowls. Thank you. That hamburger was that roll of hamburger was almost $20, sir. That pack of chicken was almost it was 5 last week, and now it's
Now
6.
now it's 9. You know what?
Oh, you finna eat that bone. You finna tear up that gristle. Go ahead. You're gonna crunch it with. You're not gonna finish eating it. Okay, this is gonna be your breakfast in the morning, sir. I'm serious. So I don't want to mess over people. So I want to give them their money's worth. So that's what the Kickstarter. Yeah, it's gonna be very minimal, very reasonable, and uh, yeah, it's gonna be something worth getting into.
That's awesome. And also, I wanted to go back into, well, two-parter for for you, Scorpio, is for people that may not know what different types of writing you do. Definitely explain that. And then for Dan, how did you develop your style? I like the style. That's why I asked.
Go ahead, Dan. I'm gonna let Dan go first.
Um, a lot of trying to see how the artists that I liked did their work, and just a lot of trial and error after that. A lot of continuous learning and still learning and trying to figure out new methods and ways to make it better, and it never stops. So
Yeah.
My different style of writing. Okay, so we have the comic book style, which is a lot. It is some dialogue in there. So I mean, you're gonna see a good amount of dialogue where they're literally talking backwards and forth. There's gonna be some parts where the character is literally gonna be talking to you as
Mm.
you're reading, like stuff like that. So you have my comic book style, and then you have my horror movie, my horror style. I love
Mm.
horror. I love short stories.
Yeah.
I love that dark, crazy stuff. I love creating characters that, those like, what in the hell? Stuff I would never have thought about that.
Mm.
What? Like, I have one character that I've started writing a short story about, where it's dealing with lollipops, and you're gonna be like,
Oh shit.
what the hell? Never would have thought about that. I never want to eat a lollipop again. So that's the type of stuff I love. That Final Destination type stuff,
Mm.
where it has, like, still to this day, I will not ride behind a truck that has logs. Still to this day, I am 42 years old. I will not. I was riding home one day,
Yeah.
and I didn't see the truck in front of me. This car moved, and then
Oh shit.
paused. I said, "Oh hell no!" So the light turned green. I looked. There was no one that I got from behind. And I'm like, nope, let me get away from this. It's too much Final Destination. So yeah, I love that style stuff too. So it's a lot of that stuff. And there's also going to be some other things too. I don't know if I should say it's going to be some
It's up to you, whatever you want to say.
stuff too. Probably have a section of some grown up stuff.
Okay.
Gotta let everybody have their fun. I am a Scorpio, so
I like how you like I like how you got closer, like
It's a secret.
it's like a secret, not a secret because we're live. Because we're live.
It's a secret that I'm whispering in the ears of everyone listening.
Everybody that can play back was like, I could hear but not hear nothing.
there's gonna be some stuff on there that your mama not supposed to know about. Is you a little Christian boy?
So C2G.
You're gonna put look. It's called a greatness. It's gonna be some great things in the story.
So C2G, expect the unexpected.
Literally. There's I do all different types of writing. I mean, this is the type of stuff that happens to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could be in the bed, sleep, and in the middle of the night, I will literally wake up, rise up out of my bed, and literally sit there and start writing, which is crazy. Start get these crazy behind stories, and while I'm asleep, I'm just like, what is this? So that's why that's the creative side. I enjoy that side. So yeah, it's gonna be different types of things, but it's gonna be for everybody. A little something for everyone.
Well, that's good. I'm happy that like everybody's gonna get to do all, even the spicy stuff. I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry.
Y'all gonna have to pray after them stories. Repent and read your Bible after. Y'all gonna look with the R&B music. Y'all gonna say, "I made a baby from Scorpiochronicles." I gotta hit. Look, I gotta hit all four corners of a Scorpio. That's part of it too. I'm so sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Scorpios are hypersexual people. That's just.
But I wanted to ask, what are some of the goals that you have for the company and the story, just in general? It could be short term, long term, whatever you want to share.
My sound went out. Can you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
Oh, I meant to say, what are some of the goals that you have for like your company? It could be long term, short term, whatever you want to share, and like the comic and everything like that.
What goals I have for the company is to continue to grow and expand and go global. I want C2G to be known all around the world, even outer space. Since everybody want to go to Mars so bad, but why not? So I want it to be. I just wanted to expand and be something that's going to leave a mark and that set our footprints here and just be something big. And it's not about let's I mean, the money's going to come.
Yeah,
we already know that that's going to come with it, but to have something there where people say, yeah, I know C2G. Yeah, C2G is this. Yeah, I've heard of C2G. Oh, I've heard about that. Yeah, that's a good company. Yeah, they have good books. They brought, they discovered this writer and this writer did this and they made a movie off of this. That's the type of stuff. I just wanted to grow. I want to be able to open up and give people a space of creativity, that creativity freedom where, okay, let's just write and just be creative and don't hold back, don't be ashamed. Whatever story that you wanted to put out, you were scared to put it out here. Now we are going to make sure that it's not too out of hand, but we do want to I don't want to block anyone's creativity. I want you to be as creative as possible. And yeah, I just see it growing and getting bigger, providing a place of creativity, providing jobs for people, and doing things within the community, and just being unforgettable.
Yeah, definitely. And the question that I usually ask in the show, because you watched a lot of the shows,
Hmm.
is about support in like the blerd community. I ask, what do we do well so far to support each other? What can we do better? Everybody has a different answer to this question depending on their situation.
What can we do better to support? It costs nothing to share.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to share it on your feed in your story, at least it sits there for 24 hours. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, whenever Lizzie is doing something, you will see that in my stories.
Yeah.
If Dan start posting and doing something, you're gonna see that in my stories. If any I'm gonna see it in my stories. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't help get it out there, because, like I had stated earlier, we're in the times where everything is costing and the prices are expanding. So
Mm-hmm.
if I can help you market for free, I will do so.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be, something that's marketable, or something that's not doing harm to anyone or any type of stuff like that. So that's one thing we can help in the community, is help a friend, and be a supportive friend, and just take their stuff and just post it in your stories, or just like, hey, or either sometimes just like remixing their video
Mm-hmm.
and just doing like a sequence to the video, and coming up at the end of it like, hey, give them a follow. Hey, do this right here. Just being there, because God knows we need the support. It's not easy. Some of us are getting this straight out of our pockets,
Mm-hmm.
and we have bills and stuff like that, but it costs nothing just to share.
Yeah, that's definitely very true. I agree with that. And the last question I asked is usually for both of you guys. It's about, how do you guys balance life while trying to do your side projects and this project? What helps you get back to it when maybe you feel burned out or you feel overwhelmed?
Go
You
ahead,
can
Dan.
balance life, Scorpio.
Uh,
I can't.
what is that?
It's a seesaw. Uh,
And when you say seesaw, I mean, when you balance, I done flew off the doggone thing.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
You fall off, have to yank it back down, get back
yeah,
on.
darn
Yep.
it, not so hard next time. It's like, but how do we? Dan, how do you balance? Look,
Uh,
I have to.
Well, warning. There's no right answer. By the way, it's whatever you guys deal with and
I,
how it is sometimes.
I have to. I constantly pray for Dan, because Dan has 4 kids, and I was like, dang, Dan, 4 kids, and he's trying to do. I'm just like, Lord help this man. Me, just I have 2 dogs, and they're just as bad as kids, but trying to balance it. This is the toughest question I've ever been asked, Lizzie.
that's because there's no balance.
There really isn't. I literally.
It's a flow. You just have to deal with it. Like, there's no balance. Sometimes it's gonna be rough. Sometimes it's easy. Other times it'll be fine. But as long as you just keep going, take each day, each step, you'll
Yeah.
get through it.
If
Yeah.
I mean, if I were to say something toward that, I would say, if you balance, or don't give yourself time, give yourself a break,
Mhm.
and just take time and breathe. That's what I have to do sometimes. I mean, because it's me, my mom, and my 2 dogs, but I make sure the household is taken care of, and I work, and there's things that I have to, I'm involved in my church and stuff, and stuff like that. So I make there are times when I literally have to tell people no.
Mm.
Like I have to say no, and I need to go right. Sorry, I can't. This is my time. And as far as setting like a schedule, I'm gonna write on this day for this time. That bullshit. Look, it come sometimes. It's that creative part. If sometimes I sit down and I just started writing, and next thing I know, I'm like, okay, this is a perfect time to write. It's flowing now. Let me write now. You can't. I don't try to. People like, oh, I have a schedule. I write this time of the week because that's not how. Don't listen to that. That's not real. That's that
It
fake.
works for some people, but if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you.
Yeah, I
No,
get that.
it's not one of those things where that's a social media crap. Sometimes they do that for social media. All right, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, I write when sometimes I feel like, because sometimes I don't feel like writing, and them stories be sitting right there doing this. Hey,
and you're
don't
like,
forget
nah.
me.
You're like, nah, not right now.
Not right now, please.
It'll come back, but not right now. Like that.
And my characters do come back and be like, "Did you forget?" No, I didn't forget about you. I'm gonna write. Let me go write it down now. Okay, this is your name. This is what you look like. This is your description. This is what the story's about. See, I didn't forget you. I'll get back to that story. Then I gotta focus right here. Me sitting on the couch, eating snacks and watching Smile 2, my favorite movie. So
That's fair. No,
yeah.
I like to ask the question because it's like, we all deal with like a period where we're like, it's just a lot. I'm gonna just figure it out when I can. Some people been on the show and they've been past that point, so they figured out what works for them. Some people just like, oh, I just watch my favorite shows, or family, or like support. Everybody got a different answer. That's why I like asking questions. So yeah, there's like I said, there's no right answer to that question.
That was a tough one. I kind of sat here for a little bit, like, what do I say about this balance? What is that? I'm a Scorpio, not a Libra. I don't.
I don't even know if they know how to balance truly, but that's a whole other story for a whole different other type of podcast. But again, it was so great having the both of you guys. I just want you guys to like plug in both of you guys' socials, where you guys want to like make sure to keep up with everything that you're doing, Dan, because I know you got other stuff that you're doing, and then Scorpio for the publishing company, where they can follow what you're doing and what's next.
You can follow the new Instagram page. It is C2G Publishing House on Instagram, and you can also follow my personal Instagram page, which is Scorpiochronicles. Now it is SCOR_PO Chronicles, and that's my personal page, and my business page is going to be separate. When you go to the C2G Publishing House page, now I'm not the one that's posting. I have someone that is posting on there for me.
Okay.
So her name is Stephanie G. Be mindful in those comments because she is a lioness and she will get you. She's not. Yeah, she's very aggressive and she'll block you.
Okay.
And she'll let you know. Look, it's a business page. Do not bring that on here. This is a business page. That's the page where if you want to collaborate, if you want to know where things are coming up or the next books, it's going to be on that page.
Okay.
So Scorpio Chronicles, that's my personal page. Of course, I'm going to be talking about the books and stuff because that's my personal page. But if you really want to know for sure dates on things, the C2G Publishing House page is the page that you're going to be looking at.
Okay. And for you, Dan, where you want people to follow you?
It's the same as my handle here is dareiner.art, and that's my Instagram page. Frankly, I haven't posted much in a long time because I've been focused more on this and then other things in my life. And I don't want to post anything that's spoilers for the agent. So I haven't really done a whole lot of other stuff that I could post, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. And I just want to thank everybody that like came out, supported, whether it was supporting that we were having the show and everything like that. Happy New Year. We're back. We're back for another great year of opportunities, and I'm looking forward to it. For those that may not know what I do. We want to say something real quick?
Just before we go, I have
Yeah.
to say this one thing, especially to you, Lizzie.
Yeah.
I am super, super, super proud of you because you actually went from us meeting the first time. You were stating how I was thinking about doing this and doing this, but for some reason, something pushed me and just opened my mouth and just said, "Go ahead and do it. What are you waiting for?"
Mm.
And I kind of felt bad afterwards because I was like, "Dang, I didn't know her like that to just come off on her like that. I hope she didn't take it the wrong way." But apparently you didn't, because look at us now. I am super proud of you from doing this to the billboard to I was very, very super excited and happy when I saw you doing the sit down and you had these creators around you. I'm like, oh my God, look at this. Oh God. Like, look at her. She's grown so much. Oh, I'm so happy for her. But yeah, I had to let you know that I am super proud of you and very happy for you. And I wish nothing but the best. I know you ain't gonna do nothing but get bigger and bigger. So I look forward to seeing your growth.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
People be trying to make me cry.
I knew that I was gonna do that. You know we Scorpios, we very quick.
I gotta get her before we get done.
I will be a G to this, or I'm gonna be a gay. I'm gonna be a gay.
No problem when she get off this. We're gonna be in the DMs crying, doing crying faces.
No, but it helps because I almost thought I couldn't do the show today. I actually the car stopped working for a second.
Oh my God.
And I had to delete the message I sent you because I thought I wasn't gonna make the show. I just accidentally, I guess, I forgot to turn the car off, and the Honda HRV likes to drain the battery very fast.
Oh.
And it's the first time it happened. I had to jump start the car, but we did it on time. So yeah, I really appreciate the love.
All things happen for a reason, but hey, it's not. That's they was not gonna stop.
Yeah,
I keep going. So.
I had to find a way at this point because it was 6
Yeah.
It was 6 o'clock.
I was like, I haven't heard. Oh, I hope she okay.
Yeah, we're here.
That's it. That's all you do. We're here.
But for those that may not know what I do, hi, my name is Lizzie. I have my own art brand. That's why it's called AnimeInkArt. This brand, I'm actually wearing something now, but this is like from the design on the Redbubble shop. We have Redbubble store. We also have the Shopify store, which is what we're pushing more right now. Also, you may see us cosplay. We have this podcast, which originally I used to support people on my page called AnimeInkArt. Black Brand Spotlight is kind of transitioned to this. Shout out to everybody that supported AnimeInkArt Live Talks or supported the store. We're trying to get back more to the store stuff, commissions as well, vending as well. We're going to be vending Virtuous Con. It's an online convention. It's going to be the first time, so definitely look forward to that. That's February 21st, I believe. I think 21st, 22nd. I'll give you updates when I can. We're trying to get into BlurredCon, trying to do different things creatively this year. If you want to know more about what's going on, because there's a plethora of things that we do here, definitely go to AnimeInkArt 1 on Instagram. That's where you're going to find everything to do with the brand because there's a lot of things that I share at once. And then AnimeInkArt Live 1, where we have some of the clips as well that from previous shows. The YouTube channel, make sure you follow the YouTube channel. It's free to subscribe. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel because there's going to be more lives. We have a playlist. So when you go to the playlist, it will be the AnimeInkArt Live Talks playlist. You can see all of the lives, all the shows that we have on the channel so far. Also, shout out to the Talking Noir. We are affiliates of the Talking Noir for a while now. We were passed the torch to the cosplayers that are in the 2026 cosplay calendar. Congratulations to everybody that got into that. We were their cosplay model last year, but if you use code AnimeInkArt, you should get free shipping on their mystery boxes. They make mystery boxes and support a lot of the different indie comic book, Black creators, artists, cosplayers. For those is amazing, so definitely check that out. And yeah, there's a lot on the page, so definitely join the broadcast channel, click the whole link tree. It's a fun time. So definitely appreciate you guys. And with that, we're out.
Appreciate you. Thank you again. Love y'all.
Nice to